Good morning all. Just popping on quickly. You'll have to excuse that I'm in the dark. It just shows that we're in the thick of winter. I look a little bit like Alice Cooper this morning. We had a big power cut in the town where I live last night. So I'm feeling a little bit discombobulated this morning. Anyway, I had somebody that asked me for more information about gaslighting. What it is, basically. So gaslighting is literally somebody's deliberate attempt to destabilize you emotionally. It can happen at work, it can happen in friendships, in family relationships, it can happen obviously in romantic relationships. How do you know if you're being gaslighted? Basically, if you find yourself needing to keep notes, or you are finding that you are recording conversations, or you're really starting to question your own sanity, then there's a good chance that you could be being gaslighted. It can happen in really basic presentations, like you've put something down somewhere, they move it without you seeing, and then try and tell you that you had put it where they'd put it in the first place. Then obviously it can escalate into really kind of quite scary, vindictive levels. And if you're in a heavily narcissistic relationship, very toxic environment, you can get to the point where you don't know whether up is down. Anyway, I'll give you an example of what I went through. So this was in the thick of mine, and he'd convinced me that I was having an affair. I wasn't having an affair, it was him that was having an affair. And he managed to convince me that I was having texts removed by my phone provider from the conversation threads that I was having with people. And he managed to convince me so well that I actually phoned Virgin up to ask them if I had rung them to have a text removed from a conversation. Now, needless to say, the woman at the other end was kind of like quite dumbfounded and quite confused, and sort of said, no, that's not even possible. And obviously she was confused that I was ringing to ask her if I had done it. But that's gaslighting in one of its more serious forms, and I was really in the thick of it at that point. It took me a long time to learn again what was up and what was down. This is a very, very long time ago. This is in the days before we had smartphones, so that shows you how long ago it was. It is something that I did a chapter, or it was involved in a chapter in the book that I wrote. But yeah, basically, if you're questioning yourself, there's potentially the chance that there's gaslighting going on. However, the other thing I did want to note on is one of the things that happens, one of the side effects, if you like, of being exposed to prolonged trauma is that it affects our working memory. Very often I'll hear clients who will say, I can't remember anything. I go to try and say words and the words aren't there. I just can't remember what they are, and I think I'm going mad. And you're not going mad. It's that we only have so many slots of working memory, and unfortunately, when a lot of those slots are almost like subconsciously used up, trying to keep track of what is going on and making sure that we walk on the eggshells without breaking them, there's not so many left for the everyday stuff. So we actually end up questioning ourselves. How can you tell the difference? Oh, it can be tricky, but I would say you need to learn to listen to your gut instinct. When somebody says that we've done something, if we know we've made a mistake and it's because of our memory, generally speaking, we'll be like, oh God, yeah, sorry. Because all of a sudden that bit of memory goes, oh God, yeah, we did do that. But if somebody says you've done something or haven't done something and you're like, I thought I had, I could have sworn, that's probably a good indication, again, that there's a bit of gaslighting going on for the most part. I'll potentially do a workshop on this in the new year, if people are interested in it. Anyway, I've got to go to work. I have bills to pay. I hope everybody has an amazing day, and I'm going to pop this up in the group, so if you know other people that you think might benefit from it, please bring them to the group as well. It's only in its baby stages. Anyway, have an amazing day.